And we are live. Welcome, everyone, to the Gentleman of Crypto, episode 627. Today is Tuesday, December 22nd, and I'm your host, Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish. I have some great news stories for you today. Starting with the top story, Ripple CEO warns SEC may sue company over XRP sales. Scaramucci's Skybridge files with SEC to launch Bitcoin fund. Ledger won't reimburse users after major data hack. And last but not least, payments firm Wirex becomes Visa principal member ahead of crypto card launch. But before we get into all that, let's jump into a few market updates for today. Let's pull this up here. And some of the market updates for today, as far as prices go, Bitcoin sitting at $23,449, up 1% today. Ethereum at $617, pretty much unchanged, minus 0.05%. XRP at 48 cents is down 8.8%. Stellar at 16 cents, down 0.13%. Chainlink, not too big of a hit at 1238, is down 1%. Litecoin, one of the biggest gainers of the last couple of weeks at $109, is up 0.6%. And last but not least, EOS at 292 is down 3% today. So those are our market updates to start. Also, just want to go ahead and take the time to say this is the official outfit for dads everywhere during Christmas week. Pretty much walk around the road all day taking care of kids and making coffee. So yes, hello to the room. Let's see what we have in the chat. Good morning, Warriors. Mr. G. Yeah, appreciate you coming in. Marcellus Love, good morning. Trich, good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody as well. Yes, this is, in my opinion, one of the bittersweet days in Bitcoin and crypto that we always have. A lot of times people don't understand that. On one end, you do want to see free money and everybody have the freedom to create whatever you want. On the other hand, we do sort of have to have self-regulation in the market. So the XRP news is pretty big. Unfortunately, it's the SEC doing it. I'm not excited because the SEC did it. The only thing I would say about what happened with them getting sued going forward is that, this is huge news for everybody. So we'll jump into it in a second. I see a few more people jumping in. Let's see. Edward K, morning fam. Marcellus Love, that robe is pimp. So Movia, good day all. Yeah, like I said, this is the official wear of dads during Christmas week. David Schwartz, what's going on, brother? All right, so let me pull up this story here. Yeah, huge day in the Bitcoin and crypto world, simply because we all have pretty much, in my opinion, if you've been in long enough, found a reason to dunk on Ripple or XRP or their bots that come out of nowhere with comments, or people, especially black people. When I talk about Bitcoin, the very next sentence is usually, well, what do you think about Ripple? What do you think about XRP? And unfortunately, it has what is called unit bias. It has a cheap price. People think it is cheaper, so they can buy more of it, even though their supply is very inflated, 60% pre-mine, admitted pump and dump. And Ripple and CEO are not the same thing. So whenever they talk about partnerships, they're not talking about XRP. They're talking about Ripple, the company. So the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission intends to sue Ripple over its sale of XRP, CEO Brad Garlinghouse said Monday. According to Fortune, the lawsuit will be filed in the near future, though no specific date has been provided. The suit has not been filed as of press time. It seems like they're front running it, like they know it's coming, so they're trying to prepare. Ripple co-founder Chris Larson and Garlinghouse will be named defendants alongside the firm. Brad Garlinghouse actually said in an email statement, "It's an attack on the entire crypto industry and American innovation." I don't feel attacked, and I'm part of the crypto industry. I feel like the SEC is basically using outdated rules. We've discussed this before, but if your product adheres to those outdated rules, again, this is why when people talk about Bitcoin maximalists, or you only talk about Bitcoin, or that's the best, there's a reason for that. It's the only one that's been proven that it can't actually stop. As soon as the SEC says that they can stop XRP, that is an attack vector. That is a very big attack vector, because you can lose your value overnight. Not saying it's over for them. I will say that they do have a lot of lawyers. They had to have some sort of, I really don't know what they did in order to get the regulations on their side to start, but I do know that it wouldn't last long, because they're selling something that doesn't have use case outside of gaining value over time. That's a security. That's literally what security is. There is no utility. People that say they've done their research and they found some utility with it, no, you didn't. You found a blockchain that nobody uses, which is why it's fast. You found a overinflated coin that could at any point be pump and dump, but also it's been years since it's done anything, and at the same time, it doesn't seem like it's very valuable at all. So here it says XRP or Ripple, sorry, has sold about 1.2 billion in XRP over the years. Literally, they gave themselves the coins, they hyped it up to you because it's cheap or because it's fast or because banks may use it one day. Then you bought it and then they dumped on you. 1.2 billion worth. And I just want to make sure anybody watching, all my hardcore fans, you pretty much already know. If anybody new, if you talk to people who have been in the Bitcoin and crypto industry longer than usually 6 months, that most of them agree that XRP is not viable. Now, there are people that disagree. I understand, do your thing. But you can't argue facts. There is nothing that XRP does for anybody in the money system world, even for banks. When people say it's for settlements, literally on our Clubhouse yesterday, if you have Clubhouse, we talked to a VP from JP Morgan, black man. The words out of his mouth was, when we heard of XRP, we started laughing. And he said, I know other bankers who they approached them and they started laughing as well, because these partnerships were paid for. These media ads paid for. The pump and dump ritual that XRP has every time there's a bull market, they can hide because everybody's making money, so XRP doesn't look as bad. But again, there is no real case for it to be used. And I'm interested to see if we have anybody that disagrees other than Cashta. I know Cashta disagrees, but you got a big bag, so I mean, you gotta go with it. But if there's anybody that disagrees, I might start, or I may just have like a special webinar where everybody who has XRP and thinks that they can actually make money from it, I will debate them, no matter who it is, just one on 1,000. I don't care who it is. No bots. It has to be real people. So yeah, this story is gradually being updated. Let's see who we have in the chat. Let's see, more people coming in. Be on it. Good morning, guys. Ryan Jeffrey, good morning. Good morning. Will 45. What's up? James Doe, what's up, gentlemen? David Shorts, they had money on their side to start, paid their way onto most places. Exactly. That's what most people who are new don't understand. All the marketing you saw can be paid for. You can pay $70,000 to get an ad in Forbes, or $150K to get an ad on certain websites. You can pay to get on shows such as let's see, Ashton Kutcher. They gave him XRP. They gave it to Ellen DeGeneres. They gave XRP to Morgan State. All this stuff is good press. It keeps them in the news, and when people see that, they think this is a real value. You can artificially make that up, and they were so early, they were able to do it before a lot of these new people came in, so they're getting confused. So, not trying to call anybody, bad for what they're thinking or a hater, but if you're a person who's shilling somebody on XRP, stop. You gotta stop at some point. I mean, freedom is what I'm all about, but if we're talking about building something where we can come to agreement and move on, I don't think anybody in this industry will miss XRP. Let's see, Marcellus. Other than Cashta, yeah, shout out to the brother Cashta. Yeah, like I said, I don't hate on anybody's strategy. Of course, nobody's 100% correct on anything. But what I will say is, if you want to hedge your bets, I would hedge to say that this was coming. I got to find a video because we called this probably when we first started 3 years ago, because I could see it from far away. It did not pass the Howey test at all. And it was one of those things that it was very easy to see because of the pre-mine. They literally just gave each other money and they printed it by making people buy into it. So let's see, James Doe, G999, Ponzi scheme example, carrot bars, paid to Sophia Tamala to promote this. Exactly. These companies, Cobbin Hood got took down by the SEC. They paid Jamie Foxx and I believe DJ Khaled. Floyd Mayweather, whatever one he did, same thing, ICO. SEC took that down. I believe it was T.I. He had another ICO got taken down by the SEC. If you're going to sell securities, that's not cryptocurrency. That has nothing to do with cryptocurrency. So when people say this is a slight to the crypto world, I never really considered XRP a cryptocurrency. Never had utility. Never saw any use case for it in the future. Has no store value. As a medium of exchange, I don't know anybody who accepts XRP as payment. And then as a unit of account, that banks would never do that. They literally will build their own and use it, and it'll be a stable coin. It won't have a fluctuating value of XRP, which they literally just use to sell. So I want to actually take this clip of me talking about XRP. I want to clip it, put it on my Twitter. I want everybody to save it, send it to every Joe Schmo up the street who just found out about crypto and is happy that XRP is 40 cents. Please explain it to them. It's not better because it's cheaper. It's unit bias. There's a way more inflated supply. If you gain 50% in XRP or you gain 50% in Bitcoin, you gain 50%. And exactly right, if it is a centralized shitcoin. So your gains, your percentage on your USD has nothing to do with how much of it you bought. However, long term, things like this can happen. SEC can pop up and say, hey, XRP's dead. Or they can threaten them and the price can take a hit. So not saying it's a dead project, it's over for them. Just never seen any value with it at any point. So I'm not surprised. Let's see. Paul, XRP is trash. Rodney Fury, James Doe, paid commission, MLM, crypto coins. Exactly. Multi-level marketing is not cryptocurrency. Multi-level marketing is one thing. Isaac Walter Hurd, love you, sir. We all watching in the bank, Southern Bank. Hey, everybody, give a shout out to my pops jumping into the chat. Walt Hurd, yep, legend in 2 games, like Pee Wee Kirkland. My pops, what's going on, brother? Let's see, PFC Wells, Ryan Cooper, you okay? I know you're holding the bag. Yeah, I mean, I know some people have XRP. I know some people want to, or in their mind think, hey, it's going to pump at least one more time. I don't even disagree with you. My problem is, why waste your time on that? Why sit around and be speculative on something that could happen when Bitcoin's pretty much guaranteed to a lot of people? Nothing's guaranteed, of course, but Bitcoin's pretty much sold as far as billionaires buying it up. The demand is going crazy. Rodney Fury, if you're just starting in crypto, stay your ass in Bitcoin and Ethereum until you learn and figure it out. Exactly. Whenever I teach somebody and I'm teaching them about Bitcoin and we're like an hour into it and they're like, all right, so what about other coins? I'm like, focus. Don't even, as soon as you start going to other coins, in your mind, you think, I could make a big play because this could make me a 20x, 30x. But you're not actually doing anything but trying to be a trader. If you're actually long-term trying to own an asset that has a provably scarce supply that will probably be the reserve asset for a major country or a major company at some point, all you have to do is buy Bitcoin and wait. It's the easiest strategy ever. You're going to research 1,000 cryptos, read all these white papers. Hey, let me save you some time. I've done it. Been there, done that. Most of it is garbage, and I'm not reading anybody's white papers really unless I get it vetted by some people before me, because it's usually a waste of time. Kwame, what's your opinion on central banks adopting digital currencies and the impact on Black folks? Well, CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, we already saw this in 2018. We saw it coming. They started writing articles where it was listed like 8 times. There's no way they could watch all this innovation happen and not make money off of it. What's going to happen is CBDCs are going to become mainstream. You're going to have to adapt to it if you use banks. The problem is they don't provide any more value than the digital dollars you see in your bank now. It just gives them more oversight. Also, on on-ramps, I think they're going to make most of these centralized exchanges only accept stable coins and not from what we do now. It'll be only stable coins, so people have to buy into it. Somebody's going to get that percentage, which it'll be bankers. Again, they're not shutting down Bitcoin. They're just finding ways to make money off of it. So if they can just basically put a banker at each on-ramp or a bank on each on-ramp, they can still get their money. Let's see. Rodney Fury, facts, bro. The Black community can benefit big time from Bitcoin. Exactly. Wrote 2 books about it, Bitcoin and Black America, 1st and 2nd edition. Talk about it all the time on a lot of interviews. So yes, I'm with you there, Rodney Fury. Let's see. Let's jump into our next story of the day. Scaramucci's Skybridge files with SEC to launch the Bitcoin fund. So one of the things in the market that we've seen are people who are starting funds because they see that the people who started funds 5-10 years ago are way outperforming any market by a lot. So here we have Anthony Scaramucci. His multi-billion-dollar hedge fund, Skybridge Capital, has submitted a formal application with the United States securities regulator to launch a new Bitcoin fund. The Form D for an exempt offering appeared in the SEC website on Monday, and according to the document, it's classified as a hedge fund. Good luck running a hedge fund with Bitcoin at the point of attack. But the minimum for any individual investor will be $50,000, which is, in the grand scheme of things, not a lot of money, but it is an offering that is Reg D exemption, meaning that Skybridge's proposed Bitcoin fund would only be available to accredited investors. So if you're not accredited, but you got 50K, you shit out of luck. And this is how I think a lot of the industry is going to try to change how Bitcoin is. It's like, oh yeah, it's a part of our hedge fund, it's a part of our strategy. You know, buy into our fund and you own Bitcoin, or you'll have access to it. That's how they got people with gold. You don't need bearer bonds. You don't need pieces of paper saying that you have Bitcoin and one day you can cash it in. You can just buy it and sit on it. Some of these are pretty useless, but what it does is it brings a flood of money all at once. When you have these big blocks of payments into a supply that's limited, that's when you start to see the price start to rise really quickly. And we're starting to stack up a lot of the big names. As like it says here, names like Paul Tudor Jones, Stanley Druckenmiller, Jim Cramer, they've all thrown their weight behind Bitcoin. Firms like Mass Mutual, Ruffer investment companies. I mean, I don't even think people can imagine 2021, the amount of FOMO that's going to happen probably after tax season, after April. I would say January through April, wouldn't expect too many fireworks. Maybe have alt season while Bitcoin chills a little bit going sideways. But I do believe institutional investment will go ridiculous because they'll need those months to accumulate. So as Bitcoin goes sideways or maybe goes down a little bit, altcoins pop, retail gets happy. They're like, oh, I made all this money off of blah, 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 Litecoin, Ethereum, which is cool. But while you're doing that, I can guarantee you institutional investors will be buying all the Bitcoin that you are giving away. They'll take that at that price. And then once it explodes, second half of 2021, they'll be sitting pretty. And most people will be like, man, I traded all that Bitcoin for whatever. So yeah, that is pretty much the strategy going forward for most of these hedge funds. And I just want to make sure if you're a retail investor, you have to think like a whale if you want to make those moves. Yes, every market is manipulated in the history of human history. Every market is manipulated. Learn who's manipulating it, do what they do, be a part of the whale. So that's probably the best advice I can give people. Let's see. William Justice, one could do both though. Buy and hold Bitcoin and Ethereum in one portfolio, use another for speculative moves. Nothing wrong with it. Exactly. I actually prefer this because if you only hold a long term, you could miss some very easy trading gains if you are a trader. Most people are not traders though. So I try to make sure if you are, tailor it that way. If you're a lifestyle Bitcoin person like I am, like this is what you're living to do, then you need to learn how to save. It's all going to run down to peer-to-peer transactions, black to black, white to black, white to red, red to yellow, green to blue. Let's see, Shaha, are YouTubers being paid to promote XRP? All I see is XRP videos when I go to YouTube. Oh yeah, welcome to crypto. The XRP bot army is strong. They've been around for years. They have videos, people talking about it. They know they know you're going to get views. If I put XRP in this video, which I did, I'm surprised we didn't have more bots pop in. But once it's on and on YouTube, you have a bunch of comments from XRP people. Let's see, Somovid, welcome, Mr. Pops. Yeah. Everybody, welcome my Pops. Walt Heard, yep. And let's see, he's in the chat. Paul, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Celsius is all you need. Some good choices. William Justice, I use proceeds from altcoin moves to buy more Bitcoin than I could otherwise afford. Exactly. That's what I tell people is, if you're going to use altcoins, the point of it is speculative. It's to gain more Bitcoin. But if you lose, you lose. But if you gain, you usually couldn't buy that much Bitcoin, so you can actually use it to your advantage. Like I said, I don't slight anybody's advantage. I just look at the pros and cons, and that to me is a pretty good use case, or the only use case I see is to turn it into more Bitcoin. CryptoQ, Kramer does more transparency now because he got caught manipulating. Yeah, of course. I mean, and nobody wants to be the idiot who didn't buy Bitcoin at 20K when it goes to 100K or to 500K at some point. You can't, to me, if Bitcoin goes to 100K at the end of 2021 and your portfolio has no exposure to Bitcoin, a lot of people are going to get fired because there are going to be people who have sat and listened to their annoying nephew or their son, their daughter, or their cousin talk about this, and they sat on their sidelines like, no, I'll let my financial manager. He told me it's fine. He told me it's too early. He told me it's too early. And you're going to 5x your money from here, no matter when you buy, 20, 25, who cares? And those financial managers are going to get picked apart, in my opinion. And we missed the opportunity of a lifetime because it was too safe. FOMO kicks in. That's real FOMO. So let's see. Vet going to boom. Yeah. Erica K. Welcome, Pops Her. Yep. Everybody welcome in. S1 Dubs. Yep. Use alts to get your money up to buy more Bitcoin. Oh yeah. Rodney Fury says, I like to gamble though. Oh yeah. If you're a degenerate like some people like to gamble, like I said, I don't hate. I just know, figure out a strategy, make it work for you. As long as you're making money in the end. So let's get into our next story of the day, a big story that's been circling around. And for a lot of people need to pay attention. If you have a ledger at this point, everything you have in your ledger is susceptible to basically KYC. And that's what these ledger hackers done. Ledger won't reimburse users after major data hack. Apparently people's actual ledger account was not tainted, but all of the information that came with that ledger came about. So they got emails, names, addresses, and they're saying right now it's over 270,000 accounts. However, Ledger CEO Pascal Gauthier says the firm won't be providing any compensation for users who had their home addresses revealed. This is a big blow to their company, in my opinion, because they've already had a Ledger hack before. Now, this happened again, so they could have dealt with it different. But if your personal data leaks online, people are getting emails about phishing links and clicking on links. You got to address it, man. You got to come out and you got to actually say, hey, we're going to do all we can to solve this issue. Didn't you learn anything from CZ? CZ and them lost a cool billion, and they somehow got back in the good graces of people. So let's see. When you have a data breach of this magnitude for such a small company, we won't reimburse for 1 million users. All the devices, that's just not possible. It would just kill the company. Instead, we prefer to look at the future. What Ledger is doing right now is investing a lot of time and money, building the next layer of security and next products that will bring more security to our users. Good luck, because anytime somebody sees Ledger, the first story is going to say Ledger hack. Even if it didn't necessarily take crypto, as somebody who consults and educates people, I got to take Ledger out of my presentation now. I can't tell people to use Ledger, and this is what happens with it. Fortunately for me, I don't trust any hardware wallets. I actually have moved all my stuff to either bearer bonds or paper wallets, but all of the hardware wallets I've had, they work pretty good till they don't. That's the problem. And I tell people, of course, I could have been right for 8 years, and then the one time it doesn't work, there's something like this happens. Now you got to move with the times. I can't really tell people to use Ledger now because who knows how much information is getting stored. It says here, before, emails were asking Ledger users to download malicious links, hoping to get their private keys to their cryptocurrencies. Now these emails are telling Ledger customers that they know their name and address and are threatening to come to their houses to steal cryptocurrency unless they pay a ransom. Like I said, gave up mine a long time ago. No information on me, so I haven't gotten any of these messages. But for people who are getting messages like that, that's usually just a bully tactic. And I have seen people tweet out, some artillery like, yeah, show up if you want. It's going to be a fireworks show. But yes, it says it's just an online scam to scare you with these tactics. This is what works for attackers. To actually move to someone's home is a very costly event, especially when there's 270,000 people. Good luck. And further on, it goes on to say, from Jameson Lopp, saw him. He says he may not have been attacked at his own home, but Jameson Lopp, he was actually at his house when the SWAT actually kicked in. And one of the things that they said, they were trying to track him down. And as a CTO of a Bitcoin storage company, he knows a thing or two about security, not just online, but also physical security. He also flexes his guns as well. So you want to make sure you have that security. If you have a Ledger, probably want to move it off just in case. If they have your information, next time you buy something, either get it shipped to a PO box, use somebody else's name. I don't know, whatever you got to do to make it as anonymous as possible. Once you give that information, whoever is buying it got you. Let's see. We got some more comments that came in here. Oh, there we go. Again, like I said, if you put XRP in the title, here come the bots. XRP Command Center. Hey, everyone. Like I said, it's like clockwork. Let's see. Cornelius Broadnaw, what do you think of Ballet Wallet? I got a few to give away as gifts, just as like they're cool to look at. However, I have heard there are exploits where they can read the private key that's on there. That's the problem with third-party wallets. They generate the private key. So when they generate it, the only product I've seen where you could kind of verify that they didn't do anything with it was Open Dime, because you have to crack the seal in order to reveal the private key. And if it's not cracked, there's no way you can reveal it. So I like Open Dime for that reason. Ballet Wallet's pretty good, but I would watch it because there have been some fishy stuff with the private keys. Mr. G, the recycling guy, what's there to reimburse? Exactly. Slim Timothy, I got a treasure too. Exactly. Let's see who else we got. Be on and definitely look into new cold wallet options. Yes. And if you want the most secure way, I write about it in the second edition of Bitcoin in Black America. The most secure way is to have an air-gapped old computer that you don't do anything on except have your cryptocurrency. That's either stored in a safe or put somewhere offsite away from your home. Because if you're a real holder, shouldn't have to look at it all the time. And plus, you have apps where you can put how much Bitcoin you bought, how much it is, and you can just view it from there without necessarily linking to an exchange. So that is the most private way, and I go into detail with that in the second book, because I think it is imperative that people, it's not just enough to buy Bitcoin now. Now, in my opinion, you need to have a node, either a light client, and you also need to have a private wallet for cold storage for long term. Let's see, James Doe, Isaiah Jackson. Oh, sorry. Got a few more people. Isaiah Jackson was calling for a debate about XRP. Yeah, I mean, anybody who thinks XRP is viable for the future, might just have a webinar and just bring people on and just debate for a couple hours. William Justice, 2 speculatives that are going places, DGB and Theta, but Theta might wind up being a long-term hold. Again, a lot of these projects to me are like companies. They're like businesses. They're not, to me, a change the world cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. So for those that have good models, they have good products, good development team, go with it. James Doe, you know, I love discussions about XRP. Let's see, James Doe, he's one of the general. Oh, they're talking with each other. PFC Wells, this was a very bad brand move. Oh man, this will be a blow to the brand echo. Yep. Let's see, Alec G, what's going on, brother? I like the CoinCop products, like Open Dime, like I said. XRP Command Center said I will take him on. So yeah, if I put that together, cool, we can debate it, but it's not gonna be very long. Alec G, let's see, never use any other hardware wallets. Cool, got to look up some. Let's see who else we got. Rodney Fury, Shitcoin Command Center. Let's see, Dexter Hand, Ola Familia, Clarence Dennison. I got $2. Should I buy XRP? You're probably better off buying some chewing gum with that. At least you'll get some flavor. Let's see, Bruce Biggs brought the book 3 days ago. Can't wait to read it. Oh yeah, book's coming next week. Ryan James, hold that $2. Yeah, you probably make more money holding it. But yes, again, XRP people, of course, they come out the blue. Glad we could do it, but I want to make sure people understand that you know, I've always said XRP is trash and move your coins off Coinbase. That's 2 of the main things that people say they've done their research. If they haven't done those 2 things, you haven't researched enough. So just start there. But let's get into our last story of the day. Oh yeah, this is actually, you know, not as big crypto, but payments firm Wirex becomes Visa principal member ahead of crypto card launch. So one thing we're seeing in the industry is the connection with Visa and crypto companies. They actually listed about a dozen that they're working with to give Visa cards. And of course, this will happen for Wirex because they're a principal member of Visa in Europe. The UK licensed firm completed the Visa FinTech Fast Track program, which gives them the ability to issue Visa cards, much like FoldApp, much like I believe it's Crypto.com, some of the other ones that have Visa cards. Actually says here, we're excited to work with innovative fintechs like Wirex and enable their customers to use digital currencies at more than 61 million merchants on the Visa network. And the reason this is big is because people are like, well, how can I spend crypto, or who accepts crypto? And the question is kind of changing from who wants to spend crypto. I mean, most people want to buy it, save it, or be speculative and trade it. And Bitcoin is becoming more and more likely to save. The incentive to save is higher. So you need things like this Visa card where every time you buy whatever you regularly buy, like with FoldApp, you can pay bills and you get Bitcoin back in cashback, in the form of cashback rewards. So that is one of the best, to me, best products to come about. Because remember, when in 2018, I got to find this too, when we said that Bitcoin as a medium of exchange would not necessarily come about for years, and that Visa would try to take it over that aspect because they have the system to do medium of exchange. Most people were like, Visa would never join. Why would they want it? They're competition. I'm like, no, there's third-party companies they can give cards to, and Bitcoin could just be the cashback reward. And now they're doing it. I can't believe how many $1 million ideas I've given away just talking. But but yes, so good to see it from Wirex. Again, Visa cards coming. A lot of people have the ability to purchase goods now and get Bitcoin back. Let's see. Looks like the XRP bots jumped in. James Doe, drunk on crypto Friday night, 6 p.m. Let's see. James Doe, get away with it. Mr. G, the recycling guy, at least you get some flavor dead. Yeah, well, you know what's funny, James Doe? Probably last year or 2 years ago, I talked to King about hosting something either on YouTube or Twitch called Friday Night Fights. It would just be crypto debates. 2 people who disagree on the subject, they come in, they got an hour or 2, and then you let comments come in. I mean, if you all would like a show like that, Friday Night Fights, where it's just crypto people who come on and debate certain subjects, you can have people Ethereum maximalists versus Bitcoin maximalists. We can have Bitcoin as a store of value versus medium of exchange. We can have XRP is great versus XRP is dog shit. We can have whatever debates we want to have. It would just be funny to see because a lot of times on social media is people typing, their faces are hidden, they can't eloquently express themselves. So it would be great to see people who could go back and forth. I just like a marketplace of ideas. I think it would be great for everybody. So may get that set up in the new year. Let's see. Rashu, yep, that's crazy. Let's see, XRP. It doesn't matter to me where James. I'd be more than glad to bring understanding. Maybe I don't even know. grammar. Rodney Fury, sorry, but 2016 and 2017 give. Cornelius Broadnaw, yeah, bring the Hex guy on. The Hex guy. Oh, Richard Hart. Yeah, some of these people, I guess we could talk, but they're admitted pump and dumps. They're like, you're going to gain 40x. Come on, man. No, you're not. Like, even if you see the price do that, logistically, you're not going to move your coins or sell it at that exact price, because once it goes to an all-time high, it's uncharted territories. You don't know how high the price is going. So, yeah, definitely. James Doe, yeah, I'm not looking at your videos. Have Russell Okung fighting the Bitcoin corner. Great that you brought up Russell Okung. Glad you did. Actually trying to get on the show with him, but we're trying to do our Bitcoin and Black Church tour at some point. And now that the Panthers are not going to the playoffs, I think we can get that going soon. So everybody blast Russell on Twitter. Hit him up and say Bitcoin Zay's ready. I already have, but yeah, it's all good. That's my man. Appreciate you. And let's see if we don't have any more comments. Hope you all have a great Tuesday. Again, this is not Dunk on XRP Day necessarily. It is kind of funny that the SEC is doing this after we've been talking about it for years, but it does show you that in this market, self-regulation, being able to recognize things, doing real research, sometimes can bring you out better on the other side. So you all have a great day, great Tuesday, and cheers. See you tomorrow.